Hello and welcome back to the series. EXP here, and today you find me with trapped bees. Sorry fellas. No, you don't find me with trapped bees. They are free to do whatever they want, to be who they want. What you do actually find me doing is collecting a bunch of leaves so we can start on the next few projects. Because we are seriously lacking behind where I thought we would be when it comes to these personal tea trees. So, allow me to just collect these, and then I'll be back with you with a little bit of an update. Which I was going to say you can tell, but you can't tell yet because my hand's full. Do you want a little sneak peek? There. Did you catch that? All will be explained shortly. Well, that didn't take nearly half as long as I thought it would. The shears run out a lot quicker, so here's the final haul. A fair few leaves, not quite a shulker box, but it should be enough for one more tree at least. And then the bits of wood, which isn't too important because I've got a farm for that. But I did want to give a try to another little idea that Beardup's pointed out, that he pointed out was from someone else, which when I go over there to talk about it, I'll link them both down below and discuss about the actual technique. But like I hinted earlier, you may see that my arm is a little bit different, and that is because we have a new skin for the season. Yep. The art that I showed last week was a scarecrow with a salmon fish bowl, and that is what we are. It's a shame I can't emote in this version, you know, I just stand here with my arms hanging out, just imagine it. This isn't the correct setting for that. You'll remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You'll forget the sun in his jealous sky as we walk in fields of gold. I shouldn't sing, but you get the picture. Right, let's ignore that awful little segue and carry on with our day, shall we? And if you're still here after that awful little skip, please leave a like, subscribe, and drop a comment down and let me know your favourite song, because that one was by Sting and it's by far my favourite song, but it was fitting, so there we go. Yeah, the two things we want to get done today, let's go over them, shall we? Firstly, we have this in place now and it is almost complete. I just need my multi-item sorters put in place, but those are very finicky, so I'm procrastinating quite hard on them. These are the box loaders, and I've already checked they're working. They're all working fine. Once again, another design by Doc M. He also had other people helping, but I'll link the video where he first showcases these down below. And I won't go through what they're doing because although I've worked out most of it, there's parts of it I don't know, and I'm not going to explain what I don't understand. I'm going to try and have a full understanding of it first. But it's a really cool design. And what I need to set up next is the item distribution system, which is going to start here. And I have an idea of what I'm doing and designing it. But the first problem I came across was the buncher up here. The grouper, the buncher. Because the items will come up here, they'll go across here, and it was just timing this trapdoor. Now, if I just make this one longer, or place this one with ice and lichen, then it is perfect, because the items, as I'll demonstrate by turning the clock on, will come across here, they'll land on here, then drop, and then reset. So the water will push them along, and they'll sit here. I'm not quite sure how much I need, but it's slower than hopper speed, so about 10 items will end up here, I think, between 5 and 10. It'll send it on its way, and yeah, it'll be plenty of time for the hoppers to then pick them up and process them before any more come in. And that is what that's doing. Which, for now, I've just got this. The way it's going to be activated, actually I better turn that back on so it turns it off, is this will be the water stream up. And there is an observer there that will notice me when I change it from just a water column to a bubble column when the item dropper down here is active. That's another system I need to work out as and when I come to that part, which is probably going to be today's episode, because I want to get the interface done and decorate the front, because obviously this is incredibly ugly. This will be a building, however, and I'm going to tie the theme into that once I'm ready to. So this bit and the pipe work that goes up there will be a kind of spoiler, a sneak peek, I don't know what you call it, into the actual building itself. But first of all, I promised trees, so let's get building trees. Yeah, I probably should have mentioned that this skin was made by Silent as well, and I'm very thankful for it. If she's got a Twitter set up, I may put it in the link below, which I will do retroactively anyway, when it is set up properly. But yeah, another look at the skin. If you couldn't tell as well, it's based entirely off the artwork that Nuno did as well, which is a bit weird to think that I'm holding my trousers in my hands because I've got no room. I really should have done this with less infantry space, but we finished this path after building those trees, so it's, you know, that was a nice little 5-minute project. Well, I say 5 minutes. It took me about an hour. And here is the glass trick that I was on about, the BW was on about, that Grayson, who I haven't checked their stuff out yet, which I will be doing, but that was the concept behind it, putting glass underneath and these little dangly bits. I don't think it really works smaller scale, but it's something that I may do a bit more of. I've also got to wrap these in clouds made out of glass and wool. But, you know, jobs for another day, because we are not doing that today. We have other things to turn our attention to. The vision's there. Palette, not so much. It needs refining. I don't hate it, though. I don't hate it. I do like the black and orange together. So these are my doorways. I've got one nice big one that leads into this hallway. Oh, is that? That's not centered. I might need to move that over one. We'll come back to that. This one, which is, even though it's smaller, it will be the main entrance because it's into the actual guts of the operation. Here we've got the shulker loader. No, we haven't. Here we have the shulker unloader by Same as a Sage, the one wild tileable. Yeah, wild. One wide tileable, and that's the input for the shulker. I would love for that to be lower, but that's what we do. And they drop them here. I had to get rid of the whole bunching grouper system up there because it just wasn't working out. But with a little bit of help from Waxadoodle, we found out that rather than have it align using chests and dropping to come round, we just align it with pickles, and it has the unique ability to hold them here slightly as well. So if they're coming in on the west side, they'll hit this corner and group with just about enough time in the dropout where it is getting to the end of the hopper line before timeout, so it is still picking up every single item. If it's further back in the stream, then it'll group for longer and it's irrelevant, it doesn't matter. But ultimately, this is the speed we need it to go. So I took the system out and that's that. So yeah, I'm happy with how this is going. I'm probably going to finish this building and then we'll look at wrapping this episode up. It's not particularly long so far, I don't think. I might have to find something else to waffle on about for a bit. But that's where we're at. On top of everything else, we have to come up with an arrangement with Ferocity, and we've got a trade in the works with Waxadoodle as well. We are going to sell them shulker boxes because they need a lot. And this helmet is kind of throwing me off. There, better. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, we are going to set up a deal with Waxadoodle. We need to iron out the fine print as to how many shulker boxes they need and for how much. They don't want the boxes, they just want the shulkers. So we've got the majority of a shulker box ready here to go. So I reckon, what should we say? 20 diamond blocks? Does that sound fair? That's my going rate for this shulker box. Let's say, I think when it comes to the sale of actual shulkers as well, we're going to do 10 shells and 1 chest per diamond. So if we've got 10 shells per chest per diamond, that is going to be 5 boxes a diamond. So this shulker box will contain over 500 shulker boxes. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and do the math. I'm not working it out, but it'll contain over 500 shulker boxes, which I think is fair for 20 diamonds. What do you think? Let me know. I'm going to go talk to Wax in a bit anyway, and then we'll finish up this episode. Well, we'll finish up the start of this building and then finish up this episode, I should say. I was hoping to have a time lapse of those trees earlier as well. I was recording, but for some reason the footage just wasn't there. It refuses to load and keeps throwing me a error. It kept throwing me up an error anyway, and it just won't load the file. So no recording for you. Hopefully, I can time lapse the finishing of this building. Maybe. Well, this half the building. I can't finish this half because I still need to build that bit. But yeah. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Right, let's go talk to Wax. So, I'm glad my mic is now working better and everyone's turning me down. But I do hope you're not going to turn me down on this offer. So.
Wow, what a pitch.
What can I say?
Hold on. We're sort of I don't want to be. I feel cramped back here. There we
Okay.
go. We'll stand here.
Okay.
That's like, this whole place is a work in progress.
It's getting there. It's
Yeah.
getting there. The allies. That's so brummy. The allies are kind of annoying, but we'll get used to it. Okay.
We could keep moving. Then.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
Okay.
not
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
This is so like I built this whole thing. Like I dug the hole and I did the whole like copper thing, but I didn't design the machinery to go into it yet.
Ah. So you've
So there's a
done.
little shoehorning going on here.
Yeah. You've done the classic blunder that I always fall for. You've built the space, and now you're building the machine, and you're like, why on earth did I not build the machine first?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yes. Here is my offering to you. How would you say a diamond per stack? Not a diamond, sorry, a diamond block per stack. How does that sound?
Block per stack. Yeah. We could do this. I'm okay
Yeah.
with this deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good deal. I actually brought my my box out.
Oh, so you've already got your
Payment on delivery,
exactly.
How many stacks was it?
Right, so that's 1, 2, that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 stacks. Not 23 stacks. Yeah, 23 stacks of diamond blocks, please.
23 stacks of shulker shells for 23 diamond blocks. There
Yes,
you go.
correct.
Thank you very much.
I mean,
No problems.
as far as English, I mean, technically you can have them, but this shulker they're in, that is an extra 6 blocks.
Yeah. I did bring my own empty shulker though, so actually I got a few empty shulkers I've been testing with.
I can't pull the wool over. Can't pull the wool over your eyes. Yes, fleece. I can't fleece you. There we go. We get into the root of the actual problem.
What are those sentences? Yes.
Some of them make sense, some of them don't. Most of the time I don't. But I shall leave that with you, and I shall go back to AFK
Well,
ins for some
made
more.
a lot of sense today with that deal, so.
Yeah, and I'm going to go back to AFK in so I can stock up the shulker shop and then talk to Ferocity about actually having a stall. We have agreed.
You get these pretty fast. I'm impressed.
I mean, I
How
had
much farm you got?
about a third of them, but already. But yeah, it's incredibly fast for how little it requires to build. I do really like it. But my deal with Ferocity is he can use it free range, and I just keep all the profits from the shop.
Yeah, that's a great deal.
Yep.
And thank you for the shells. This will really help a lot.
No worries.
Yeah, I've got this giant machine I got to feed.
Yep.
It's a hungry beast.
And this is for automatic rockets.
Yeah. So the idea is you give it paper and gunpowder, and it gives you shulker boxes full of tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 flight rockets.
Oh, nice.
All automatically.
Oh, and that's the fancy part of it. Right.
Yeah, it'll even unload shulker boxes of stuff.
Oh, nice. Well, I'll leave you to your tinkering, and
Thanks.
I'll come back when it's done.
The,
And you can go through it when it's actually done, because there's no point. I mean,
no,
you could start
it's
showing.
just conceptualized right now. Like, please let me polish her up a bit. I gotta wipe the grease off and
Yep.
put
And
her through the paces. Make sure she's working. Iron out the wrinkles.
yep.
Squash a few bugs or something. I don't know. People say
Yep.
these sentences. I'm not really sure what they mean, but
Wax the occasional
Bye,
block
pal.
that I've unwaxed and to annoy you, and be off. Bye.
who you? No, you'd never.
I'm sure.
No.
I'm sure it'll become obvious in Actually, how long will it actually take for any of them to start oxidizing? Give it a couple of
Well,
hours.
considering I feel like I've been in here for the past 8 years.
Yeah. I mean, these are all waxed, but I've just unwaxed some, so they'll show themselves eventually. Bye.
Thank you.
Where's the way out?
Yeah, I need to build that. That's
It's kind of anti-dramatic
there's
if I'm
no
gonna.
actual way out.
Here it
It's
is. Yeah, it's kind of anti-dramatic if I'm gonna like play a prank that I need to run away fast from and then not be able to run away fast. So
polish up the thing first and make the actual exit.
okay, bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.
I managed half. I got half. I got half. Half. What am I saying? Half. We got half a recording. It's unusable. Basically. I recorded a little bit, had to stop, recorded again, had to stop and recorded again, and only the third one has allowed me to render. So it is completely unusable footage. Now there would have been a fourth one as I finished the back of this building, but I'm not even going to attempt it seeing as it's playing up. I think I'll wait until there's a new update for it, maybe, see if that fixes it. I don't know. I'll try again for the next episode, and maybe then we can get actual usable recording footage, but I wouldn't hold my breath. So I'm going to finish this and then we'll wrap up the episode. It's going to be a little bit shorter this week, but it's still a decent amount of time. Just, you know, if I'd had those recordings, the trees and the building of this, then we would have had a good 20 minutes. Instead, we got 15. It's not so bad. It's you know, there's worse amounts. It's still a sizable episode. It's still a watchable episode. It's not a ridiculous amount of unpacked uselessness. In fact, it's all just me waffling on nonsensically. Yay! Let's finish the back of this, and then we'll wrap up. I believe that is about as far as we're going to get today, because I'm completely run out of time. It's a Saturday night now. Well, I'm happy with this. I need to go and purchase a lot more of these. Which ones are these? The yellow. Are they the verdant? I can't remember which ones they are, but I need a lot more of these ones. I think the verdant is the green ones. So, ochre, maybe. I can't remember any. I need a lot more of them to finish the palette off. But no, this is really coming together. I'm really enjoying the way it looks and it functions. So, we've got to build this before we can finish this part of the roof. I'm not worrying about that. But the rest of the building, bar this wall, is now done. So, with that out the way, I'm glad you're all here, and I'll hope to see you next week. If you've enjoyed the journey, please like, subscribe, you know, all the usual YouTuber stuff, and I'll see you next week. 2 hour a bit.